And go ahead and stretch out, laying on your back, reach your arms away from your legs. Full body stretch right here, pointing and flexing. Maybe a little bit of side bending to create space down the side body. Reaching over from side to side. Then a little gentle twist, so you'll just pull one knee into your chest and just reach it across the body. So you're kind of in a T shape, let your arms drop to the floor. Just a little gentle twist in the upper spine. Rotate through your head and neck so you also feel it in the neck area. And then come out of it and twist to the other side. All right, and then go ahead and roll over to your right side. And then push yourself up into a seated position. Just a couple of seated postures, and then we're going to jump right into it. So sit however it's comfortable for you, and just go ahead and do a little deeper stretch, a little deeper twist than we did earlier. Look back behind you. There's our music. And then unwind and twist to the other side. So the twisting is going to bring us some energy. It allows movement of the spine, you know, these are spinal cord. So this is going to jumpstart our practice. Come out of the pose, come back to center. We're going to do boat pose, so you're going to sit in a V shape. I'm going to turn to the side. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, put your hands back behind you, and just come into a little V, right? So there's like a V shape right there in the hip crease. And then maybe grab onto your thighs, and then maybe stretch out. Doesn't matter which one you want to do. And we're just going to hold it here for about 6 breaths. So if you feel like you need to push it a little bit, push it. If you need to back off, back off. Just take a deep breath in. Out. And we're going to do some pulsing. So you make a Charlie's Angel hand position right here. We're going to bring, messed up. So you're going to bring the knees wide. I'll turn to the side this way. So you bring the knees wide as you inhale, bring them in, and then exhale out. And then inhale. Now, if this is hurting your tailbone, or you don't feel like your back can stay straight, then you're going to go ahead and skip the hands and leave your hands on the floor. Okay, so bring them in, squeeze, and then push them right back. Let's just do 3 more. Bring it in, push it out. Inhale, exhale, 1 more. Bring it in, kick it out. 1 more breath right here in boat pose. And then from here, we're going to lower all the way down, do a full body stretch, create space in that belly. And then here, when you're ready, make your way into downward dog. Flipping over into the pose, planting those hands, planting those feet. Bend the knees and stretch the hips back and up. Okay, good. And stay here for a second. So if you really need a yoga towel, let me know, I'll grab one for you. Yourself, they're in this closet, okay? So just go ahead, we'll just wash them after. I don't want you to slip and slide it'll just ruin your practice. Okay, so bend one knee deeply, and then stretch through the straight leg, and breathe in and breathe out into that stretch. And then switch. Switch legs. And now, if you're ready, pedal. Go back and forth, back and forth. We're going to be here a couple more breaths, so just kind of close your eyes. Feel a lot of stuff. If you haven't been able to practice yoga and you feel like you just need a little extra time to get back into your practice, that's okay. You do the hardest part, which is coming into class. The hardest part is getting here, and so all of it from here is going to be easy. Go ahead and step up to the top of your mat, somewhere near your hands. Lift halfway, and then roll into a ragdoll position, meaning bend your knees, hang out upside down, maybe grab elbows. You don't really feel a stretch here. You're just upside down. Head is heavy. Take 3 breaths here. I rock back and forth I have a hard time holding still. So actually poses that require me to hold still are difficult for me. If you feel like you need to rock a little bit, go for it. Anytime you need to add extra movement that I'm not suggesting, please do. All right, we're gonna lift halfway up, press the hands into the shin bones, lengthen out through that spine, pull the belly up and in, and then fold it out. Now you're starting to feel the hamstrings. Here we go, let's do 2 more. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold it out. And then 1 more. Inhale, lift halfway. We're almost through our warm-up. Now fold, bend your knees so deeply that you wrap around your thighs, your belly touches, you squeeze in as tight as you can, and then you lift your hips. Press your heels down. And if you don't strain your legs very much, but you feel that tension, it's perfect. What can you do to relax a little bit into this pose? Can you relax your head? Can you relax your neck? Can you take a few more breaths right here? Breathing in, breathing out. So we're going to do power yoga. I switched the name of it since we got rid of our power yoga for at least for the summer. I'm thinking I change this to power yoga. If it's too athletic for you and you want to enjoy the stretches more, that's okay. When you're ready, we're rolling up, you guys. Take your time. At the top, throw in a stretch of your choice. When you're ready, bring your hands to heart center. We're going to take 3 breaths and we're going to begin our practice. Close your eyes for a second and just feel the different types of mountain pose that you can find. So you could be kind of leaning more forward. You could be more on your heels, toes together, toes apart, feet wider. This is your stance. All right, when you're ready, reach the arms to the sky. Inhale. Here we go. Exhale, fold it out. Halfway pose. Take it back, downward facing dog. And plank pose. Lower. We're moving. Locust pose. No hands. Back into plank. Downward dog. Step up to the top of the mat. We're going to repeat that simple flow 6 times just to get to the flow. Forward bend. Roll and rise. Hands to heart center or to your side. That was 1. We're doing 5. Inhale. Round 2. Fold. Just move. Halfway. I'll walk you through it. Down dog. Go faster than me if you have to. Plank pose. Go slower than me if you have to. Belly. Locust. It's a rise. And back into down dog. We step up. Inhale up. Exhale fold. Inhale prepare. Exhale rise. We're just going to go 1 pose into the next. And we're moving. Inhale rise. Exhale fold. Good. Inhale halfway. Exhale. When you're ready, go through the flow. Plank pose, round 3. Lower. Locust. If I'm going too fast, if your breath cannot keep up with the movement, then you owe yourself the respect to slow the flow down. Fold it out. Rise when you're ready. Round 4. Rise and fold. Half rise and down dog. And you're planking. Forward with control, elbows tucked in tight. Protect your shoulders. Come on, let's lift. Locust. Back into plank. Downward dog. Stepping up. The last 2. I'm going to make you do on your own without my instruction, without my words in your ears. 2 more rounds. Last round, instead of stepping up that last time, meet me in down dog or child's pose. It's going to be 6 breaths. Child's pose or down dog is where we're all going to come. 6 inhales here, 6 exhales. Good time to check in with your breathing. How is it? Good time to check into form. Right. Foundation is going to be the key to any pose. So it's going to start with the hands and the feet or the knees. Almost done with our 6-breath break. Check out any of the power moves I'm suggesting to make this practice be more authentic for you, okay? Right leg lifts into the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay here for a second, roll that hip open. Look around, look to the right, look to the left. Loosen that hip up. You may not have been able to do a lot of hip stretches over the last couple months. All right, when you're ready, bring the knee to the chest. Curl the back, kick it back out. Bring the knee to the chest, curl. We're gonna keep the back curled and then kick it back out. So it's like cat and cows here. Curl it in, kick it out, and again. One more. And then this time, try to turn it into more of a plank pose. So start to straighten the back a little bit, lift the heart, lift the chest, drop the hips a little bit, unround the back, and now step your foot to your thumb. Good, put your back heel down at an angle and press to roll that spine up. Press those legs, it's warrior one. The hips have opened up just a little bit. Warrior one, right here. Good, open up into warrior two. Drop into side angle pose. Let's go through these warriors. Just remind our body what these feel like. Back into warrior two. Then straighten the front leg into triangle pose. I'll turn to the side since I will put these on the internet later. And then go back into a lunge pose. Back into downward dog. Into plank. Lowering down. Maybe you're ready to use some hands, maybe not. Push back into downward dog. And walk you through the other side, okay? Left leg into the sky. Bend that knee, open the hip. You're gonna be here for a second. Okay, you're pulling that hip open. You're looking around, twisting through the head and neck. Okay, and then round in, knee to chest, push it back out. Okay, we're rounding belly to spine, in and out. We did about 5 or 6 of these beautiful things. Let's do a couple more. Grip with your finger pads. Lift up as you reach forward. And then on your next one, try to turn it into more of a plank. So you have to activate the core a little bit, right? Drop the hips a little bit, a little harder. Squeeze those arms towards each other. And now step the foot to the thumb. Put the back heel down at an angle and let's rise up. Warrior one. Hips have angled off to the side just a little bit right here. Warrior one. Then make some adjustments. Warrior two. Hands to your thigh. Side angle. Arm up or over. I don't care. And then triangle pose. Put your hand on your shin bone. Straighten your front leg. Just some memory here. Then back into lunge. Back into down dog. Flow if you want or break. Plank pose. Lower. Back bend of choice. Could be locust, could be cobra. And we're going to take 6 breaths in down dog. So you also could read that as, ooh, a child's pose if you want. So you're picking your pose. Inhaling and exhaling. These ladies, I have 5 ladies in here, and I'm pretty sure we're at about 103 degrees plus humidity. So they're sweating, okay? If you don't need that break yet, that's okay, don't take it. But if they need it, they're gonna take it. Okay, so a couple more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. It's been scientifically proven that this hot yoga, this sweat, detoxes lead out of the body. And lead is actually a problem. It's interesting how the story won't show, but I have this scar that was like basically a lead scar, and it actually healed from teaching hot yoga. It was kind of weird, but so drink lots of water and just know that stuff's coming out. All right, we're gonna step up when you're ready to the top of our mat. Lift into halfway pose, forward fold, chair pose right here. I'm gonna give the side view right here, chair pose. Arms up, forward or down. I want you to lean back into those hips a little bit, lift your toes and wiggle them. We're twisting hands to heart center. We're gonna twist elbow to knee. Sink nice and deep right here. Sink a little bit deeper. I'm gonna sink so low that I'm gonna come to my tiptoes. If you don't wanna do that, that's okay. Try to sink as low as you can. And then come back to center, twist it out, other side. Again, do what you need to do. I'm just gonna sink to my tiptoes. That's okay if you don't wanna. And then come back into chair. Right here, and we're gonna turn this into a balance pose. So we're gonna step the left foot back, arms come out to a T. I'm gonna give you the side view, and then we're gonna lift up and fly out for airplane pose. The leg was bent, so the muscles were active. And we're gonna hold it here for 6 breaths. Play around, stare at the ground, sweat it out, it's dripping down the face, I know. Inhale, exhale. Okay, step back into chair pose. Arms forward or towards the sky, sink through the hips, belly pulls inward and upward like you're kind of sucking in to zip up some high pants. And then arms out to a T. Let's step the other foot back and take flight when you're ready. 6 breaths right here. Stare at the floor. Trust your standing leg. Go past your comfort zone. You came. Maybe it was easy to get here, maybe it wasn't. I'm guessing it took some effort. So put in the work. All right, back into chair pose right here. We're gonna twist again. Hands to heart center, twist to one side. Back to center, twist to the other side. All right, back to center, chair pose. Come on, get those quads nice and fired up. We're gonna fold from here. Let's fold it out, you guys. Let's stretch those legs, lift those hips, push those heels. Feel that tension right there. And then we're gonna exhale and roll up. Arms to the sky. Hands by your side or heart center. And more flow work. Big breath in, all the way to the pit of the belly. Exhale it out. Inhale halfway. Exhale, down dog. If you only breathe into your chest, you'll feel your energy lagging, okay? Plank pose. Okay, side planks if you want. You can drop the knee. You can do these feet staggered. You can do these feet stacked. You can drop the knee. Reach up through the top hand a little bit more. All right, switch directions. Reach a little higher to that top hand, whichever pose you're in. Linda, I like your shirt. And then come into plank. We got some new tank tops and some hats, you guys, but they're not on sale yet. And then lower all the way down. And then back bend of choice. Keep it safe. Push back to plank and pause and plank. Pause and plank with me. Pause it right here. Now lift your right leg off the floor. Just a little bit. It's like a few inches. So you're in like a one-legged plank and hold it. Hold it. Then try to slide back into three-legged dog like that. I'm going to walk my hands back. They need to go back a little bit. Bend the knee, open up the hip. If you want to drop into your back bend pose, here's the time to do it, but you don't have to. We're going to come out of it. We're going to do 6 knee to noses, looking for the curl in the spine. If you'd like, inhale, reach it out. Exhale, I'm curling it. Cat and cows, right? The down dog is actually a back bend pose because of the tilting of the pelvis. Halfway. I'm looking for non-copyrighted upbeat music so we can play on YouTube. So if you find anything, let me know.
So if you go to YouTube's audio library, I don't know if you've already played around with that.
I was there last night. That's right, they have a ton.
And you can filter by what genre you want and stuff.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, foot to thumb, you guys. Warrior 1. Yes, thank you. I was there last night. I forgot I did that. Warrior 1. Good. Bring your hands behind the back. Let's add on a little bit to every one of those 4 poses we did earlier. So we're going to find a little humble warrior. Hands come behind the back. I'm going to start to roll forward. This is all in the legs. And if your legs aren't quite strong enough, your back is going to try to help out. Try to keep it in those legs. So we're going to add in humble warrior to warrior 1. And we're going to roll all the way into the sky. Find warrior 2. We'll do 6 flying warriors. So what we do is we straighten and press. Even lift those front toes. Come on, bring them up nice and high like you're lifting the inner arches of your feet. Up, there's 3. And press. 4. And press. Okay, last one. Just hold it for a second. Last one, one more. Hold it here, turn your face, turn your neck, get a good stretch in the left side of your neck. Stretch out through those hands a little more. And then here's side angle. So let's add on into side angle. Non-waterproof mascara. No, don't do it, you guys. Okay, so you can put the hand on your back and you're in a half bind. That's great, you're just gonna roll that chest open. Or if you feel like it and you want to, you can try the full bind. Whichever you're doing, half bind or full bind, take a couple of breaths right here. And then we're gonna pull ourselves back up. into warrior two, find triangle pose, and here's the triangle pose variation, same as we did before, arm up, over ear, on your back, or you can try a bind. So you go back into it with the bent knee, and then you try to straighten the leg. It's a lot on the hamstrings. If your hamstrings are not there yet, don't try it yet. And we're so close to the floor, wheel down into lunge pose right here. Stay in this lunge pose with me for a second, right here. Straighten that front leg, lift up onto the heel, walk those hands back under the shoulders and drop the belly a little closer to the thigh. Now pull your right hip back. And hang out right here. This music is like night time. Okay, here we go. This is better. Usually they don't need this music. All right, meet me back in down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. We're moving. Plank pose. Side plank, one on each side. Inhale, exhale, at least in each side. Longer if you want. You'll find a plank, you'll find your belly, you'll take your back in, and we'll catch up and down dog. Forgot something, so go back into plank. Lift your left leg off the floor a little bit so you're in a one-legged plank and you're hovering. Belly is drawing up and you're just hovering. Just hovering right here, hovering. All right, slide back into three-legged dog. Hands walk back if they need to be. Spread those fingers, bend the knee, open the hip. Maybe you do your back bend pose right here, your wild thing pose. Okay, it's belly draws down, the butt pushes up. Then you're gonna do 6 in and out. Exhale, come on. There's no race. I'm not on a time crunch. I want you to feel stuff. Be proud of your accomplishments. You should be. I know what it's like to get to class and how easy it is to talk yourself out of coming. Okay, warrior one. Remember warrior one. Drop the back heel, that's your grounding, right? Then you're gonna open up the chest. Then when you're ready, you fold it down. We're gonna hold a few breaths right here. This is in our legs, in our thighs. Sam, were you sore on Friday?
Yeah.
So was I.
I was very happy we didn't do a floor tram.
I didn't think it was that hard, but I was really sore. Okay, warrior two. I was wondering if it was the combo of the two classes.
But it very well might have been.
Yeah.
We also died the night before.
Right.
Yeah, we're not.
Right. She did 4 nights with me last week. It was fun. Okay, right here we flew. Rise.
So I differently
And
just watch when I.
She was on camera, so she had to perform. There you go. And she had to teach the class a couple times while I walked away. She did great. All right, let's do 2 more. Rise and press and rise. All right, hold it here. Okay, no matter what tension you feel, no matter what kind of sensations you're feeling, I want you to let that go for a second and just relax the face. Find calmness in your breath, push through it, and then we're gonna drop into side angle pose. Hand to our back or to the floor or wrapped underneath the thigh. Just a few breaths here, adding on something to our side angle pose. Just changing it up a little bit. Stepping a little bit out of the comfort zone. With strong legs, back into warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Find a triangle pose and then play around. Arm to your back, leaving it there, trying a bind. This is tough, and sometimes my hamstrings are more flexible than other times, and I know how tough that is, so don't hurt yourself. Okay, lunge pose right here. We're gonna straighten the front leg. We're gonna lift the front foot off the floor so we're on the front heel. Hands walk back under the shoulders. The spine lengthens out. Pull the left hip back, and then drop your belly a little closer to that thigh. And embrace this right here. I'm listening to this book called Unfuck Yourself, I'm sorry. But it's such a good book. But he talks about being willing. And I I struggle as much as anyone, but I gotta be willing to walk through that uncomfortable time, right? Just like we are on our yoga mat. All right, make your way back into down dog. Do a flow with some side planks or take a break. You choose. It boils down to, how bad you want something. Are you willing to put in the work? Are you also willing to be happy where you are, which is okay as well? We don't always have to be reaching goals and improving in every area of our life. Okay, we're going to take about 6 breaths in either a downward dog or child's pose. Okay, so you choose. You can pedal, you can twist, roll those shoulders. You're breathing. Practice is evolving. It's never changing. I'm going to throw in a couple more balance poses. Okay, so when you're ready, you're actually going to lift your right leg into the sky. We're going to try half moon without the blocks, just because we're not using them right now, thanks to the Ramna. So step your right foot forward. So I'm in a lunge pose. I'm going to walk those hands out so I have a triangle between my fingertips and my foot. Lift the back leg off the floor. It feels very familiar, except this time we begin to lift the left arm to the sky and begin to roll the left hip open instead of squaring off the hips. You're going to look down at the floor, and when that feels secure, you start to turn your face, turn your face, turn your face, to eventually maybe looking up. Give me 4 more breaths right here. Okay, take your time coming out of the pose. Take your time getting back into down dog. Stretch it out and reset your hips. Reset your low back, your shoulders, and then we'll do the other side. So the left leg lifts into the sky. You bring it forward. You set up the foundation, and then you take your time growing the pose from the ground up. So a little movement through the hips, the ribs, the shoulders. The eyes and neck will be the last to come into play. Here we go. 4 smooth breaths. Ardha Trikonasana. Such a beautiful pose on every level. All right, downward dog. Do a flow if you want. Take a break if you want. I'm gonna flow and we'll all catch up. Is anyone sweating?
It's on the floor.
I can't even see it in my contacts. They're so...
I just had a puddle that I cleaned up.
Oh. Natalie, you gotta get back in here and sweat with us. You're missing all of this. Oh, okay, good job. One more flow, and then we're gonna do some stretching. So here we go, downward facing dog. Right leg into the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. If you wanna drop into wild thing one more time, you can. If not, just enjoy that hip stretch. That one's great too. You're gonna come out the pose one more time, bring that knee in and out. We're curling the back, we're creating some space in our back spine. You may arch a little bit on the down dog, but curl in. We are aiming for 6. Last time with this right leg. There's 3 for me. Come on, pull it in. And when you're ready, you're actually gonna go into pigeon pose. Bring that knee down. Slide into pigeon pose, but don't drop down. I want you to throw in a little baby back bend, just a little heart stretch, a little bigger if you want. Then you're gonna come down a little bit, but you're gonna walk over to the right, or the left, I guess, and then stretch out through the right hand. So I walk to the left, and I stretch through the right hand. Now I can just lay here and create a side bend. I can lay onto that shoulder and create a shoulder stretch. And then I wanna go back to the butt, the hips, the inner thighs. I even feel it in both lower sides of my waist, okay? So pick which one is working for you, and just hang out here. Hang out here for about 30 seconds. Stay active, don't relax on me yet. We have a little bit more flow to do. So dig just a little deeper, whatever that means, a little adjustment, a little hugging in. And then come back into a regular pose. Push into the earth. Give me a three-legged plank again. So push straight into plank if you can. Plank pose with the right leg up, then three-legged dog, and downward dog. All right, left leg listen to the sky. Let's bend that knee, let's open that hip. Perhaps our last wild thing for tonight. We're all coming back on Wednesday. Also, my classes are not ever gonna be the same right now. So it's a surprise. It's like chocolate, a box of chocolate.
I just watched that movie last night.
And then in and out, what?
I just watched that movie last night.
You did? Yeah. I haven't seen it forever.
I don't know why that stuck in my head, but I was like, oh, I want to watch that.
Oh, I haven't seen it forever.
Anybody wants to borrow it?
Anyone wants to borrow Forrest Gump? Sam has it. And when you're ready, it's pigeon pose. Not traditional. Why be normal? Let's walk on over. And then either a side bend or a shoulder stretch. Whatever is working for you. You know that sweet spot, you're feeling it. Few breaths right here. Alright, dig in just a tiny bit deeper, whatever that is, wherever that is for you. And then you're going to pull yourself into that three-legged plank. So take your time. You want that belly engaged before you start getting into the pose. Three-legged plank, or last plank right here. Then three-legged dog. Stretch it up. And then our last downward dog. Okay, so we're going to get into the calves. So bend those knees. With the knees bent, pull the chest to the thighs. Hips lift higher, right? You feel that. And then keep the chest, shoulders right where they are. Begin to straighten the legs, push those heels down, push those shin bones back, and dig deep right here. Let's sink a little deeper, just a couple more breaths. And then you're going to pick the child's pose that you would like to do, whichever one works for you. A rounded back or an arched back, knees wide or knees together. Head down, breathing in, breathing out, connecting with that nice slow breath that we used in the beginning. It's awesome, yoga comes full circle. You know, we start off kind of relaxed, setting a pace, not just with our breath, but deciding what we want to get out of class. Consciously or unconsciously, we do set our intention. We do this flow, we peak, and then we come back around, okay? And there's a reason for all of that. Besides, it teaches us balance. It's great for, you know, our heart rate, oxygen, all of that. So, but mostly it's good for our mental state. And it reminds us that nothing is permanent. Everything is changing. Nothing is constant. We don't really ever know anything. Everything is just always up in the air and changing, and we learn how to flow with it. We learn how to learn how. All right, come up into hands and knees. Keep your feet to the side. All right, we're gonna finish on our sitting up anyway with boat pose again. I'm turning to this side. So we're gonna find our boat pose again. We're gonna fire up those abs, upper abs and lower abs get touched in boat pose. Hands can go down or back behind your thighs. We're gonna hold it for 6 breaths. I want you to quiver, I want you to shake, I want these hip flexors to feel like they're almost about to just cramp and break on you, and that's okay. And through the midst of this pressure and this stress, relax the face, smooth out your breath. You're not working harder, go ahead and find that place where you are, where you're challenged, where you're forced to remain calm when you don't want to. You're forced to stay when you don't want to. And then we're going to roll down, so curl into the back, roll all the way down. Go ahead and throw a full body stretch in if you need that. And then we're going to do knees to chest, so hug the knees into the chest, squeeze them in, Lift one leg to the sky and then lower it to the floor. We're gonna do the twist we started off with, except we can go a little deeper into this twist. So go ahead and adjust your hips, find that twist. Knee bent, knee straight, neck twist. You can help it out. You can relax into it, you can make it intense. You found a supine twist, so you're laying on your back and you brought your leg over to the side. You're gonna try to keep your neck, head and your spine and your pelvis all in alignment. And then the breath is going to slow down a little bit, so you're going to feel some movement in the chest. It's going to be a little slower than our flow. You all did the left leg. So smart of you all. And then you're going to come back. You're going to hug the left knee into the chest. You're going to take your hand or your peace fingers and you're either going to grab the outer foot with your entire hand or peace fingers hug the big toe. And you're going to rotate your left knee out to the side and pull it down on the outer shoulder. Right? And then whatever you feel like doing with your right hand. So you're in like a half squat, which we call half happy baby. And you're feeling that pull in the inner thigh, in the groin. Your right hip may have lifted up. And if it's safer for your low back to do so, leave it up. If you want to try to roll that right hip back down, you can. Then we're going to try to straighten that leg. So whether we grab onto our shin or the outer thigh, and we're just going to help lay it out to the side. And if it doesn't go very far, that's okay. So I'm going to try to keep my hip bones squared off, my right thigh pushing down, and then I can turn and twist my head so now I get a left neck stretch. Want to grab that foot, you can, but you don't have to. And then we'll bring that leg up to the sky. And now here's the hamstring. One final hamstring stretch. We'll interlace behind the thigh and we'll just start tugging it in. We'll point and flex, and here, you guys, you're going to look for the tension in your own body. You have a different lifestyle, different body type, different daily activities. Different body type for sure plays a role in these stretches. When you're ready, you're going to lower that leg down, and I want you to pause for a second just for reflection and awareness of how the legs feel. And then when you're ready, you're going to hug both knees back into the chest. Remember which one you let go of. I don't remember because I really wasn't doing it. And then find the twist. Realign. Straighten or bend. Rotate through the head. The neck is attached to the spine. The neck affects the tailbone, which is the bottom of the spine, and vice versa. So take care of it. Neck bones are nice and fragile, but there's a lot of mobility there. Feeling the chest rise when you inhale. Feeling it fall as you exhale. When it's time for you, bring that leg up. We'll do half happy baby. So we pull it in, we grab the foot, what's best for us, and we rotate the knee outward. There you feel your hip rotating open, pulling that knee down. I'm gonna not neglect my low back and my sacrum area. Okay, I wanna take care of that area. I actually feel it in my left thigh too. Moves like this allow you to feel better when you get up and down, when you walk up the stairs, when you squat down to pick up something, and run, do any of your other exercises. And then from here, we'll try what I call cheerleader pose. It's just called extended hand to foot pose. So we'll let that, however we need to, some adjustments are needed for sure. We'll let that leg drop out to the side. And then we'll rotate our face so that we get a right side neck stretch. elongation in the hip. Eventually bring that leg up towards the sky and find your final hamstring stretch, moving through your foot. Think about a film of saran wrap covering your muscles and your bones, and that's what we're trying to get into a little bit. And it will change the way you approach your stretches when you think about it that way. And then pull it in wherever you are, just a couple more breaths, we're almost done. And release when it's time. Let that leg drop. If you want to finish with a heart opening pose, it could be fish, it could be back bend, it could be bridge. I'll show bridge. I'm going to get the side view. You can do a different pose if you prefer. So bridge pose, you know, is just the lifting of the hips. The heart lifts. We don't collapse the chin onto the chest. And we just feel space in that whole front body. So not just the heart, but the ribs and the belly. Couple breaths right here in your heart opening posture. And then roll it down nice and slow. Pick a pose or two to finalize your practice. Rolling circles, twisting, hugging in. Do a couple of movements here. Unorganized, unplanned, unexpected. And then eventually just lay flat on your yoga mat with your arms out to the side. Take your time, no hurry. Arms out to the side, legs out to the side. Flopping out. Okay, we get 10-minute Shavasana. If you think, now I could use a little bit more stretching, perfect, do that. So sadly, no adjustments, but I will walk you through it. Okay, I'll walk you through Shavasana, the guided one. The purpose is to find a place where you're not trying, where you're existing without effort, which is very counterproductive to how we think. To exist without purpose, but we're gonna go to that spot because the idea is that it does give us purpose, it does give us perspective. So you're just gonna be, you're not gonna be anybody or be anywhere, you're just gonna be. So let's take 3 breaths where we consciously make the length of our exhales twice as long as our inhales. Imagine you're in a white room, white floor, white walls, white ceiling. There's nothing else in the room, no furniture, nothing. It's just white. So wherever you look, there's really nothing to look at. Imagine you're in that space. It's peaceful, it's empty, you don't feel any negative feelings, and that's going to be your safe space right here. Those forehead muscles turn into warm wax and melt down the eyebrow, towards the eyebrows. The eyelids sink, the eyeballs get heavy. Separate the back of your teeth so the jaw softens. Now your tongue, now your lips, the jawline, the space between your eyebrows, the ears, throat, neck. Let's go down the back. Let's go into the shoulder blades. Slide down into the back ribs, into the low back, and into the back of the hips. We're just focusing on the back body. So now we're into the glutes. Now our awareness is into our hamstrings, to the back of the knees. that floating, hovering right above the earth, connected but not. We'll go into the shoulders, the front of the shoulders where the collarbones are. Just find our attention effortlessly run down our arms, elbows, wrists, hands, and fingers, collarbones, the heart area, upper chest, lower ribs. Oh, there's the belly, let it go. There's your hips, let them go. We're going down the legs into our quads, to the kneecaps, the shin bones, ankles, tops of the feet. We're going to finish with the tips of our toes. We're just going to hover here in this space for about 5 minutes. Here but not. Completely at peace, knowing right where you are is you're supposed to be here, right where you are. we started this practice, knowing it was going to be a self-centered, pure self-nourishment practice. So you take your time waking yourself up out of this restorative pose. Awareness followed with movement, and then eventually making your way into a place where you're ready to sit up. Take your time. If you don't take a regular class, we always suggest rolling over to a side for a moment before you push yourself out. Heart center. Just a great way to finish our practice, but it allows us to find that mind-body connection one more time, to find that peace before we go out into that world of pure unknowns right now, right? And then just being okay with the unexpected, and knowing that we flowed on our yoga mat. You didn't know what I was going to teach. I didn't know what I was going to teach, but we went with it, we flowed through it, we breathed through it, and we came out through it. So we'll remember that lesson. I'll remember it, and if you can too. Let's take a couple deep breaths right here. And gratitude for you showing up to class and allowing me to teach you. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Recording. I don't want to stick my face in it though. Oh, bye, Natalie. Thanks for coming. See you Wednesday. Yes. Okay, bye.